Good morning. I'm going to talk a little bit about a little bit of stuff. I'm going to kind of rant a little bit. Okay. I watch today's children grow up, teenagers, and this next generation coming up to be our leaders and to be our business owners and everything like that. And to tell you the truth, I am scared. These kids have absolutely no respect, and they're all very self-entitled. Okay. They believe everybody owes them everything. They believe that if they don't get their one job or whatever it is that they want, that everybody else is wrong and then they're not going to do it. We end up with 300,000 children going to school for one job. Okay, one position. Okay, and there's only 300 positions open in that same field. So we end up with what, 270,000 kids out of work, so they're going to sit at home, sitting in their parents' basement doing nothing because there's nothing there for them, and they refuse to, you know, flip burgers or mow the grass or get into construction, whatever, because they believe it's beneath them. Well, unfortunately, with that mentality, the society has been plummeting. On top of some other things, that our government's been doing and the way our citizens have divided. Okay, so with that one, we have our right wing who's saying that Obama is a tyrant, is turning everything into, a hierarchy or a monarchy, where he's the Muslim leader for Sharia law, and that we need to get back to a Christian nation. Well, unfortunately, the Christian nation is against the Constitution and is completely wrong. And I'm sorry to say, but Obama has been actually trying to get everything back to the way it should be, where society is a whole, not just everybody working to make four men rich. I'm sorry to say that, but it's not going to work. These libertarians, they're expecting, everybody to go in and get rid of all the laws, get rid of all the government, and the rich rule the land. Well, that leaves it completely open for nothing but corruption. We will be in such chaos and destruction if they get into power, because it's going to be worse than it is today. 14 people have 90% of our nation's money. So we'll have, like 14 different little kingdoms and millions dead because of them. We will not have a healthy military or border control or anything like that, because we just won't have the money. We won't have any national leaders or anything like that. So libertarian parties I'm sorry, they're garbage. I kind of agree with some of it, but they're running on solely freedom for everybody to have a gun. Okay, and we govern ourselves. Well, that didn't work. That's why they created a federal government. We also have, the gun owners. Speaking on that matter. Okay, you all think Obama's going to come marching through the streets with his brown coats, kicking in your door, dragging you out, stealing all your guns. Okay, well, 6 years, that hasn't happened. Nobody's made any laws saying your guns are illegal. What they're trying to do is make it so that way the guns don't get in the wrong hands by making it harder. Okay, you fill out a mental health questionnaire. Okay, it takes you a little while. You have to sit and wait for 3 or 4 days anyway for your background check. Why not do that? And it needs to be done on all firearms: pistols, shotguns, rifles, military style weapons. It doesn't matter. Okay, it should all be the same thing. Okay, a firearm was designed for nothing but killing. Okay, I love my guns, and I keep them locked up, I keep them secured, I keep them out of children's reach. Nobody knows where they're at, and if they did find them, they're not stored with ammunition inside them, like everybody else out there that's claiming that they know what they're doing. I was trained in the military. Military and police personnel know how to store, secure, and use firearms the proper way. 99% of these civilians do not, and that is a serious problem. There needs to be courses, safety courses, mandatory. You need to have a license to have a firearm, and you need to have them insured and registered, just like a vehicle. Okay, you're willing to spend thousands of dollars on firearms, but no safety net, no security. Gun owners are that. They're gun owners. They're not responsible if they're sitting on a table, sitting in a nightstand, loaded. Okay? Responsible gun owners are not the ones that are losing their firearms to children shooting each other. They're not the ones that are getting on the news for somebody accidentally shooting each other. Period. That's not a responsible gun owner. Responsible gun owners, you never know, have a firearm unless it's actually necessary for them to use it. The right wing here, Boehner and all of his cronies, have been doing nothing but trying to get rid of Obama because they're trying to say he's a tyrant, trying to bring in Sharia law. Well, I'm sorry, that's not happening. Okay, it's not. Period. If it was, you would have already lost all your guns. You would have been pulled out in the street and shot on sight for the way you guys sit there and threaten to kill him and hang him and all this other stuff. All the racial garbage. You think he's acting like a king? You want to see how a king treats their people? Go to Iraq before they killed Saddam. Go to any of these countries, okay, that has a king, that has firearms everywhere. Iraq, Afghanistan, all of those third world nations like that, all of those Middle Eastern countries like that are war-torn and just garbage, and they are beneath us. Now, you want to act like that's the safest way to go. I'm sorry, it's not. Guns in everybody's hands is not the way to go, period. Okay? Granted, Obama's not perfect. He's made his mistakes. But he's actually making an attempt to do stuff. He's the only president who's even thought of looking into what's going on in the VA system. That's been garbage for over 40 years now. And nobody, not a single veteran politician has ever thought of looking into it. It's been an issue since our grandfathers and our fathers have been coming back from Vietnam and they were getting turned away. Now we've got this whole new rush coming in back from Iraq and Afghanistan, and they can't get anywhere, and they're dying in the streets literally waiting for help. And President Obama is the only one who's even stepped up, while Boehner and his cronies have been shutting down all the federal stuff and then blaming Obama because they're the ones not doing anything. Where's the jobs bills that come up that are actually for the nation, not just the upper crust? Where's the bills that are to help us? Where's the economy coming? Everybody wants to run for office. Okay, here in Arizona, we've got 2 corporate POSs running for office trying to turn it into a corporation. Guess what? America's tired of corporate-run America. And they want to send the troops down to the border. They want to build all the wall. Okay, that's great. I get it. But they want to send the bill to Washington. We're going to pay it. Not the politicians. Us. Us taxpayers. We spend billions and billions on keeping prisoners alive. And we're taking that money away from our education. So our kids are not getting the proper education. We need teachers in classes, not tests. Okay, take that money from prisoners, put it there, so that way we can actually improve our education system. No, charter schools and for-profit schools are not the way to go. They are damaging our education system. We should be #1 in the nation. We're not. Okay? And that's something that needs to be fixed. The ACA is something that is working. Okay? It's not perfect. But then again, Boehner and all of his buddies there had 2 years before it was put out to actually try to fix the issues that they put in there. Instead, all they're doing is complaining about it. Okay. And the insurance companies are the ones raising the price, not Obama. Okay, Obama just put the stuff in law, and those of you who lost your coverage due to garbage laws, or not garbage laws, but garbage policies, that's on them. Okay, you're paying for something that didn't cover anything. It didn't. It didn't do anything. You were wasting money. So now it was illegal. Okay, and now the insurance companies who made $12.8 billion last year in profit, are now raising all their prices because millions of people had to sign up. People like me who are disabled and unable to get real insurance because of pre-existing conditions are now able to get it. I'm happy because now I can get the surgeries I need to get me back into the workforce instead of sitting here suffering. But you know what? It's not Obama's fault. It's the insurance company's fault. The insurance companies need to have a regulation on them and put a cap on how much they can charge people. The money needs to go to patients, not their pockets. And the problem is a lot of the Republicans in the House and the Senate are tied to the insurance companies. So that's why they want that gone. Now, I'm going to end my rant here for the day. We may have more depending on how well this one turns out. Have a great day.